An independent work system is just a fancy way to frame up work that a child is supposed to do independently. So it can be just a checklist, it could be a list of tasks that a child needs to complete, or it could be set up visually from a left to right or top-down system. As you look at this work system as an example, you can see that the student is expected to complete 3 work tasks. And the work tasks are then made visually relevant to the student. Transitioning to the workspace, the student typically has an independent work icon from their visual schedule that indicates that it is time to now complete independent work. The student takes this from their visual schedule and matches it to their independent workspace. Then they know they are to then complete tasks 1, 2, and 3 before they are able to earn their break. These 1, 2, 3 can be set up any way you want them to be set up. It could be colors, green, yellow, red, and then break. It could be shapes. It could be a circle, triangle, square, break. Or it could be first, second, third. Any way you want to do it. It can be 5 tasks. It could be 1 task. But a child knows to come over, match this to their independent workspace, complete the items that they're needing to complete before they're earning their break. Student comes down, finds their space, takes the first one, usually it's a Velcro strip that these are on, takes their first task, matches it to their first task, knows to grab then these materials. So in this workbox, there is the expectation that the student would take the independent Legos and match them to make the exact same building. So they would take these, and it could be you're doing A/B patterns, it could be just a visual discrimination task, but it can be built into their math curriculum. So look to say that they are to replicate this pattern. So that would be the first task. When this is completed, they would move this over into a finished section of their workspace. This child then knows once they are complete with their first task, they would go to their second task, match this to their second task, take the materials required for their second independent work task. They would then do the math, and then once it's finished, it goes over to the independent workspace. Once that is completed, they then go to their third work task. They take the icon and they match it to the third task. They get the materials for that third task. It might be a folder game where they would pull out the materials for that work task. So in this one, there is a sheet of paper as well as some manipulatives. So then they would complete the work task. So they would have a grid here that tells them a jig, sometimes it's called a jig, to match up the materials to the actual task. All right, and so then they would be able to answer how many dimes equal $1. And they could write 10, or they would be able to tell somebody how many quarters equals $2. There is a jig here that would give you the answer. So once they are complete with this task, they would then again take the materials, pack it back up, and set it to the side in the finished section. Then they can check their work, and it will say that now it's time for a break choice. This break choice can either be at the bottom of their work line of tasks, or it can be next to their finished section at their workstation. Either way is fine. The whole point of an independent work task or structured work system is to alert a child to exactly what is expected during their independent work time, what order to do the tasks in, where the materials for those tasks can be found, where to place the materials once they are completed with those tasks, and then how to transition to their break choice at the end of the task. Everything should be visually put out so that the student can complete all tasks independently. That is the goal of a structured work system.